Look at the map on your wall. Look at the borders that define your reality. Those jagged, messy, and often hopeful lines drawn by the blood of millions who believed in a word called freedom. Now, strip them away. Imagine those lines were not drawn by the hands of liberation, but by the cold, precise stroke of a steel quill. Imagine a 2026 where the United Nations is not a glass tower in New York, but a forgotten footnote in a burned book. A world where the Enlightenment is viewed as a failed mental illness of a weaker age. What if the fog of 1944 never lifted for the Allies? What if the genius of the Wunderwaffen, the miracle weapons, wasn't a desperate propaganda pipe dream, but a devastating reality that arrived just 1 year too early? I am your chronicler, and today we are opening the most forbidden, most dangerous vault in the Fate Flip history. We are stopping the clock in late 1944, ensuring the total success of the V-3 supersonic rockets and the Sun Bomb project. Prepare yourselves. We are stepping into the year 2026, the peak of a 1,000-year Reich that never learned how to fall. History tells us of a narrow escape, a victory won by a hair's breadth. In our timeline, the Axis powers crumbled under the sheer weight of industrial might. But in this archive, the Fate Flip happens in the silent laboratories of Peenemünde and the occult chambers of Wewelsburg. By late 1944, the Amerika Rakete is no longer a blueprint. It is a predator. London does not celebrate VE Day. Instead, it vanishes in a single silent flash that turns the Thames into a river of boiling ash. The dominoes fall with brutal Teutonic efficiency. Washington, D.C. is turned into a crater of radioactive glass before the first American jet can even leave its hangar. By 1950, the concept of sovereign nations is erased from the global lexicon. The world is divided into 4 gross Provinzen. The Atlantic is no longer an ocean of trade, but a German lake patrolled by silent, nuclear-powered U-boats that can stay submerged for a decade. The global economy is replaced by the Reichsmark, backed not by gold, but by the genetic hierarchy and forced labor of an entire planet. Geopolitics became a pyramid, with one peak in Berlin and 8 billion souls at the base. Fast forward to today, June 2026. Welcome to Germania, the city once known as Berlin, now the undisputed capital of a conquered Earth. Forget the glass skyscrapers of our timeline. This is a world of brutalist neoclassicism, a style designed to make the individual feel like a speck of dust against the eternal state. The skyline is dominated by the Volkshalle, a dome so gargantuan that it creates its own weather system inside. It literally rains inside the hall, the breath of 100,000 soldiers forming clouds beneath a marble heaven. The air is unnaturally clean, yet it smells of antiseptic and cold stone. There are no smartphones here. There is only the Volksmonitor, a device built into every wall of every home, broadcasting the eternal face of the leader and the hymns of order in a language that has been surgically purged of words like rebellion or equality. You don't see cheap plastic.
Everything is built to last a millennium. Heavy oak, polished steel, and stones carved by the hands of those the Reich deemed expendable. It is a world of supreme, terrifying elegance. You are safe, you are fed, but you are a cog in a clockwork machine that never sleeps and never forgives.
Stop. Consider this. In our timeline, the moon landing was a romantic race of discovery. In the new order of 2026, the moon is not a destination, it is an arsenal. By the 1970s, the Reich had already established Fortress Luna. From the craters of the moon, giant orbital mirrors, the Sonnengewehr, can focus sunlight into a concentrated heat ray capable of vaporizing any city on Earth within seconds. This is the peace of the mirror. There are no more armies because there is no one left to fight. Rebellion is not a war, it is a thermal correction from orbit. While we struggle with fossil fuels, this 2026 is powered by zero-point energy discovered by the SS Ahnenerbe, a haunting fusion of ancient occult ritual and hyper-advanced physics. They didn't just win the war, they won the future, and they locked the door behind them, throwing the key into the void of the cosmos. Humanity has reached the stars, but it carries the chains of 1944 with it. Now, walk past the grand parades and the music of Wagner. Look beneath the surface of this marble paradise. In the new order, your worth is determined before you are even conceived. The imperial oversight for racial purity uses quantum gene sequencing to scan every embryo. There is no disability in this world. There is no weakness, but there is also no soul. Every face in the street looks eerily similar, perfect, athletic, and hollow. The human race has become a monoculture, a garden where every weed was burned a century ago. The Gestapo net is a global AI that monitors neural patterns through a mandatory biochip in every citizen's wrist. If your thoughts deviate from the national will, the chip sends a corrective pulse to your nervous system. If you persist, you simply cease to exist. There are no trials, no lawyers, no rights of man. There is only the hierarchy of the blood. You are free to be happy, provided your happiness serves the state. But if you have a soul that yearns for the messy, chaotic, and beautiful mistakes of the old world, you are a glitch in the machine that must be deleted. Perfection has a price, and that price is the human spirit. The coin is spinning in the air, reflecting the cold gray light of the Volkshalle. We have seen a 2026 of terrifying order, a world without crime, without poverty, and without the confusion of borders. A world where humanity has reached the stars, but left its humanity behind on the scorched earth of 1944. A world that is a masterpiece of marble and a graveyard of the spirit. We have saved the world from its own chaos, but we have turned it into a mausoleum. As your chronicler, I must ask you the question that haunts the heart of the fate-flip history. Would you trade the chaos and suffering of our free world for the cold, eternal perfection of the new order? Is a world without war worth a world without a soul? Is it better to be free in a world of rubble or a slave in a city of stars? Go to the comments right now.
Is this 2026 a dream of power or a nightmare of stone? History is finalized by your answer. And remember, the eagle is always watching.
If you felt the chill of the marble today, hit the like button. Subscribe to the Fate Flip History to ensure you are here when the next vault door. Our library is infinite. Our curiosity is a flame in the dark, and the next flip is already in motion. I am your chronicler. Watch the shadows until the next flip.